What's happening, people? It's your boy Dre, aka Heru Dre, aka Handsome Heru. Welcome to A Miracle Mindset for Men, episode number 7. Title is The Importance of Fathers. This is going to be a very, very important subject to talk about. It's going to be a very, very controversial subject to talk about because what I'm about to say is opinion-based with observation and a little bit of fact, but, fact is subjective. The importance of fathers. So let's get right into it. I was having a conversation. I forgot who I was having a conversation with, and I was talking about the different roles that mothers and fathers play in a child's life. And if you just look at the trajectory of just how everybody's life is, you can kind of tell who's raised by their mother, who's raised by their father, or who's raised by both, right? And a lot of times for the boys, I believe, and I strongly believe that fathers are more important than mothers. Now, hear me out, because I know that's a very bold statement to make, but just hear me out, right? Not saying that mothers are not important, because they're very much so important, but to deal with life and the reality in the world that we live in, especially in a westernized society, I think that fathers kind of have more importance than mothers, because fathers are preparers, right? They prepare you for everything or as much as they can about what's going on in life. And for a boy, a father raises a boy to be a man, sometimes a man like him or a better man. And there's four type of fathers out there, right? Because I'm not going to say all fathers are like this, because they're not. You got 4 type of fathers out there. You have the doers, you got the sayers, you got the ones who do both, you got the ones who don't do neither one. The doers are the people who show you how to be a man. You got the sayers who give you wisdom on how to be a man. And then you got the fathers who are both, they give you wisdom and they show you how to be a man. And then you got fathers out there who don't show you neither one. Right? And I'm just talking about fathers that are actively in a child's life. I'm not talking about the absent fathers. That's a whole nother conversation that, I can't really relate to, because my father been in my life my whole life. I grew up with my dad. We have a very great relationship, and I'm grateful for it. So I only can speak from how I was raised and how I grew up. And then even my friends, like some of my friends, they had their dads. One of my friends, his father passed. He was like 5 years old, so he never really got a chance to, grew up with a dad. And you can kind of see the difference between him and me and a couple of my other friends who did have fathers in their life. It's just being raised by women can definitely put a damper in how you're supposed to be in a man living in this society. And the only reason why I say that, because a woman's first job, or a mother's first job, I think, is to nurture and take care of the child in an emotional state, right? Make sure he's protected, in a way, coddle him. And there's nothing wrong with that, because that's what mothers are designed to do. They're designed to take care of their babies and protect them no matter what. Father's job, on the other hand, is to prepare their children for how the world is going to treat them, and that everything they have to work for and be successful in life, right? Fathers are great preparers because they've been through so much, and they know what it's like, especially being a black man in America. Like, fathers are much more needed now than they ever have been, because a lot of what they call YNs, or young niggas, whatever you want to call them, like they don't have no guidance. And I'm 100% sure they got single mothers, because you need a father to give you rules. Like, he got to lay down rules for you, like what to do and what not to do, whether you agree with it or not. But that's his job. Mothers don't really give much rules like that. They kind of just, it's like a mother can't see no wrong in her child's eye, especially when they're young, right? And that could be a hindrance at times. I'm not saying all mothers, okay? But if you just look at, in general, if you see a lot of single mothers who raising these kids, you can kind of tell the difference between single mothers and single fathers, or if the father is present or in the household, right? As far as the fathers is concerned, young men need some type of male figure in their life. It don't even have to be a father. You just need someone who is a positive role model who can push you to strive to be better than them, or to be the best person you can be in life, right? You need positive male role models to shape you up into the man that you need to be in society. Now, that the success of what a man attained in his life is subjective. That's really a point of view thing. His success could be, raising a family, being in his kid's life, buying a house for his family, getting a good job to provide for his family, or not even getting a good job, just making sure that his family never need for nothing by any means, in a legal way. I'm not saying go out here and rob people and hurt people and stuff like that, but it's important. I think fathers play the most important role in the kid's life. So we can break this down between the little boys and the little girls. So we're gonna start off with the little girls first, and why fathers play a crucial role in a little girl's life. A father would teach his daughter how a man's supposed to treat her, and he would teach her how to treat a man, right? Look at the success rate of a lot of women who have fathers in their lives. Just from my experience and my observation, I've seen a lot of women who have a present father in their life. They are more catering, and they're more, I don't want to use the word submissive. They're more tentative to their man because how their father was to them. And they're also very, what's the word I'm looking for? They're very strict about how they want to be treated, because it's like a father is not going to let nobody do nothing to his daughter. So the daughter not going to let no man do nothing that might be detrimental or offensive to him. So like fathers, they instill certain values in you, especially as a young lady. They teach you how to be a lady. Well, not teach you how to be a lady. They show you how you're supposed to be treated as a young lady, right? And you can kind of tell how women treat men based off of the relationship of their father. I've always said that, and to this day, I have never been proven wrong. I'm not saying this is the case for everybody, but I've dated a lot of women, and there's a big difference between women who are raised by their mothers and women who are raised by their fathers, or women who are raised by both their parents. So, and it doesn't even make it even better, because this generation, you're going to come across a lot of people who are come out of single parent households. So it becomes a challenge. It could be a challenge for sure. So, as far as fathers raising the men or the young boys, they teach them supposed to teach them about how to have integrity, self-respect, respect others, treat others how you want to be treated. They usually, if they're married to the mother, they usually show you and tell you how to treat a woman based off of how they treat their wife. So if you see how your father treats your mother, you will know how to treat a woman. So it's kind of like a visualization thing, and it's also a verbalization thing as well. A father would teach his son how to be strong. He'd give him tough love for sure. And a lot of times, some people don't agree with certain men's teaching, but if it creates them to be a better man in life and be the best man they can be and add some type of value to the world, then so be it. And I'm not. This episode is not about talking about the women and the single mothers, because that's a whole nother subject. But this podcast is only based on trying to help the men help themselves. So I'm not getting on the women. I'm not saying that they're bad people or bad parents or nothing like that. They just have a different method of how they raise their kids, and that's fine for them. But they also have to take in consideration that if they want their kids to be best, they got to sometimes put their own ego, they got to put their own self to the side and try to teach them the things that's going to help them in life. Because I really, really, really dislike mothers who tell their daughters that they don't need a man because of their own experiences. Because then now you're putting that in their subconscious mind, and now they're going to subconsciously think that they don't need men in life, and that's not right. We all need each other. It don't matter whether you are raised by a single father or a single mother. We all need each other. Women need men just as much as men need women. And men need their fathers. Well, little boys need their fathers just as much as girls need their fathers too. So, like I said before, there's 4 types of fathers out there. You got the doers, the sayers, the ones who do both, and the ones who don't do either one. So just, if you're a father and you watching this, just sit back and think, what type of father are you to your kids? Are you a type that's active in their life? Are you the type that's inactive in their life? Meaning that you're there, but you're not really there? Are you a wisdom giver? Are you give them wisdom, try to speak some sense into them? Or are you a person who about action and you show them what they're supposed to do? Or you both? You know, and that doesn't even go for fathers, not to think about it. That goes for just people in general. You do have people who are ones who talk. You have people the ones who are about action. And you have people who do both. And you have people who do neither one. So the question is, to all the men out there, and to everybody out there, which one are you? And just think about it. If you could ask somebody who's close to you, and you could ask them, do you think I'm a doer, a sayer, both, or neither or? Because in your mind, you might think you one of them, but in somebody else's eyes, you may not be. So, that's the end of this episode. The importance of fathers, just get straight to the point. This is probably going to be the last episode for this month.